Well, g'day tubes, how's she going? Man, I don't know what happened over this weekend, but I'm sicker as sick right now. Oh, the runny nose that started with a sore throat, which is gone now, but it's all into the inside of this stuff, you know, and inside of here and stuff. And oh, I didn't sleep too well last night, of course, because of that, because it's, you know, disrupting your sleep. But anyways, it certainly does suck. But look at this. No, I'm not a smoker. It's actually cold out here. Like, I got my coat on. Go figure. But anyways, I don't know what it was supposed to warm up to today, if very much more than what it is now, but I don't know. Definitely don't want that today. It might actually even be coming down soon. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave it up for another little bit. Oh, but I got a bit of mowing to do, and then we'll find something to get into, I'm sure. I don't know what yet, but I'm thinking of maybe having a look at that chainsaw that IRONMANS sent me back home with the other day there. It's been in my truck, the back of my truck, for quite a wee bit, so maybe see if we can get it to run, and see if she's gonna be a good one or a bad one. Who knows? You never know until you know, get tinkling with her a little bit. So, but anyways, yeah, I gotta find my tractor first. Of course, you know, there's no snow. I tricked you on that one, didn't I? Ho ho ho! Tricked you good on that one, didn't I? No, I know. A lot of these were called my bluff on that one, you know, because we still got leaves in the trees and stuff, and there's no snow on the ground, right? So it's just ground right now. But anyways, yeah, I guess we'll head her down. I'll do some, looks like someone's been doing some donuts here on their dirt bike. Oh, the camera's grabbing them, but little turd. Nice and clean and smooth, and he comes in and destroys it again on me. Holy crap. But anyways, I'm gonna head her down, I guess, and then I'm gonna do some, well, maybe I'll work on the saw first, because the grass is pretty wet and mushy right now. Let's just have a look here at this stuff. It's sort of hard to see on the camera, but you can see her with the light, maybe, I don't know. But if I walk through here, oh yeah, you can see the dew. That was a heavy dew last night. Holy cow. So apple tree, look at the size of these fellers. They're getting a little bigger, but they're I tried one the other night, and I don't know, it's just still not super awesome. So maybe it just needs a little bit longer, but I don't think they're gonna do much more now. I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't like the spot I put it in. I don't know that either, so who knows. But anyways, I guess we'll carry on here. Well, I'm trying to think. This tractor's been parked here, I guess, since Friday. I didn't have anything Saturday, so it must have been, I don't remember when it rained last anyways, but there's a fair bit of water in that bucket, surprisingly. And this water catcher back here, it's got a fair bit too. Wow, I didn't, that night was that? That must have been Friday night. It rained like crazy. That's right. That's right. Friday night's video there, I showed a bit of that when we were over in Royal. I guess it come in pretty good, but we didn't get nearly as much as they got way over there. It was insane. So that's, yeah, Friday night it's been sitting there since. So it's actually was probably a little higher than that. It's probably evaporated a little bit. You can almost kind of see evaporation level there, maybe. I don't know, maybe a half inch or so. So wow, that's insane. Craziness. That was a lot of rain, but we, like I say, we didn't really get hardly any of it here. Not like what they got over there. Alrighty, so the first thing we're wanting to do here is, well, sniff the gas here. I know it smelled kind of nasty to begin with, but anyways, we're going to give her a little snort here and see. Yeah, that doesn't smell too good. Actually at all. So, anyways, we'll find ourselves a little kind of a container that we can hopefully see this stuff when we dump the whatever's out of here. Container. Some kind of container. Let me find a container. Okay, that's just no water container jug thingy, so what we're going to do is just dump. Holy cow, did they mix any gas with that oil, do you think? Yeah, wow, I don't know if they thought they needed to mix any gas in that, but maybe it's just evaporated out of it or something, but holy, it's pretty thick, And I guess now we'll check, let's make sure, I'll dump her out again there, make sure it's all out, but I think there should be a filter in there too. I should probably, yeah, I can see him in there. He'll need cleaned out and stuff too, but now we'll just check and make sure it's got spark, because if it doesn't have any spark, there's really no point in going much further with this old girl. I don't know how old it is though, actually. Should clean out all this crud too here. Maybe I'll do that first. Okay, so you can blow that with your air gun, but just make sure you gotta cover up the little dewey there. That's not too bad. It saves all the crap from going inside of there. So we'll try pulling this plug out here. Alright. So what you got to do here is just pull your plug out, have a look at her too, and I'll tell you a lot about how it's been running pretty thick with oil. That's what I was sort of thinking. They've whoever's had this has run her pretty gooey. So what you want to do is just put your plug back in like that, and then ground the metal part somewhere onto the engine here, where this is going to be tricky because there isn't really any much metal here, so I'm going to have to try to hold it, I guess, to see. I don't think I'll be able to show you this because it is so in here, so I'll let you know here though in a sec if I can get her in a good enough spot. That should be on there, I think. Oh yeah. Lots of spark, so that's good. Spark's good. So what I'll do is I don't have another one. There is quite a thing about the way I've done this here, and yeah, we've got lots of spark, but I've also seen it where I've done that test and put it back in the engine, and then there's no spark because it won't spark as well under compression. Now, I'm going to say that's going to be alright. I might actually just let this guy soak for a little bit, and then we'll clean him off, and then should be almost brand new. Alright, so I'm actually out of my really good super clean stuff, but I just use a bit of brake cleaner and should do her. So pretty thick and grimy in there too. As you can see, the goo. Ay, boys. Read your manual to figure out how to mix your gas and oil. It's not a lot of oil and a little wee bit of gas. You gotta make sure it's right. So now it's probably gonna have a bunged up carburetor too, but what I'm gonna do is that back on. I'm just gonna put it all back together here. Just a little clean air filter. Put her back together here and put some fresh gas in her and give her a bunch of pulls and see if it'll fire or kick or anything. And you might think, oh, put the quick start to her, she'll go. Well, yeah, but quick start, if you know what quick start is, it's I don't even know if I have any right now here. It's just like ether. It's a starting aid, and yeah, it's going to fire on it, but it also washes the cylinder and piston if you use it excessively of all this good lubricating stuff here. So Okay, let me grab my gas and I'll just put a little bit in there and see if she'll do anything. Alright, just before we add the gas into it, what I'm going to do is I see a little bit of residual garbagey stuff in here, so I haven't got like a sucking machine, so I'm going to just put this down inside of here. This will absorb this stuff. You may think, oh, holy crap, you'll never get that out again. Well, you got, you know, little pliers to get it out. So basically, you can't leave a little tab out. Get your air. Don't go stupid crazy because it could splash in your face. I just kind of blow the crud all around in there. And pull her out. Have a look. Yeah, there's some crud on there. It's looking better now. So, all right, we'll just put a little bit of IRONMANS gas in. That should be lots. Put the cap back on. Let's make sure it's cleanerish. Cleanerish. And kind of looks to me like that cap's got a bit of a leak, but let's see if we can fire it up now. Alright, so it might still have fuel problems. Doesn't seem to want to lock the throttle on there, so I'll just try her here. No goes. Try something you shouldn't do. Just hold the throttle right open. No goes. Tricky little thing here. There, that's locked on. No, she locked off again. Okay, well, doesn't seem to want to go, so it's probably got a fuel issue. So let's try one other thing here. Alright, we're going to pop this out again here and see if it's like dry. Same like I put it back in, it was clean and dry, right? A bit of moisture on it, but not a whole pile. So what I'm going to try now is just put a little wee tiny bit of gas down that carburetor or spark plug hole. Okay, so I got a little bit of gas here, but the only way you can get her in there is like that. Okay, now let's see if I don't get it hydrolocked here. If she'll fire from that. If it doesn't, I'm going to say that this plug is maybe not too good. No, it should be fine, but let's fire it here and see. Yep, so we got a fuel issue in the carburetor by the looks of things. It's probably all gummed up and gelled up. Now I want to try that little trick too here. Let's put a little snort right down there too. Yeah, she's got fuel issues, boys. Fuel issues. So, looks like we're pulling the carburetor apart and possibly doing a rebuild. Just looked at her quick before. I thought it was a Walbro carburetor, but it's actually a Wang Bo. So that might be tricky finding parts for that. I don't know. We might be able to just clean her out and go from there. Other than that, she might not be in too good a shape. So, getting this fella ready here. Looks like it's just held in by the 2 screws. Everything pulls out, it looks like, so that's good. That'll just pull off. 2 big screws there, which look like they're Torx, which could possibly be that one. No, too big. So, that or a straight, I guess, would work. Oh, that fuel line feels pretty hard, too. I've seen that, too. Sometimes it could be just like a broken fuel line. But this one I don't really think is that old, so I'm pretty sure it's just gummed up. Stymied up. So, probably just needs to clean out. Clean the line out. And she'd probably be fire right up. Alrighty, we're out. We're ready to disassemble here and see if we can see anything that's bunged up or whatever. And I'm willing to bet there's some crud in here that's probably got bunged up. Hard to say though, really, but we shall see. Alright, so just doing a little research on this, what I could find off this old saw here. She's a Pro Concept, which is actually back here too. But there's another sticker down in here I was able to get PLG038 from, and that looks pretty much like it. Gray. Doesn't say Pro Concept on the bar anymore, but I'd say that's pretty much it. So I'm just trying to locate and see what I can find for a possible carburetor kit if needed. This one here probably just needs cleaned out and then it might be alright. I don't know. Just doing some researching. Alright, well, I guess we'll pull this apart here. Oh, see what we can do. But man, this cold's really gone in my head. Whoo-wee. So, I'm going to have to be careful because I was not able to find a kit for this thing anywhere. So, buddy, if this is all screwed up in here and stuff, or the gasket rips or something, you might be SOL. But I'm kind of thinking this was just like a Chinese brand chainsaw anywho, so I don't imagine you'll be too upset because I know you didn't pay a lot for it coming from your work there. So anywho, we'll see what we can do without trying to damage anything. But if it's got to come apart, it's got to come apart, right? So I'll just take these right off, I guess. And this is the metering diaphragm side here, which if it's gone hard, I think I've shown you that before. If it's gone hard, that's not a good thing. So just take this top plate off, and it is dry in there, as I can see. So that means that something somewhere has got blocked. And no doubt, as you can see, the green slimy stuff coming out of there, it's probably got crap in there somewhere. So now this is the really tricky part. Trying to get this apart here without hurting it. Because if it's been together and swamaged for quite a long time, that's usually not a good thing. Okay, so I see a bunch of junk that's got in there. So that's not good. You can see all the greenages in there. But that diaphragm doesn't feel too bad. So let's give this a little clean here. So I'm just going to give her a little blast of cleaner here. Okay, so I'm also going to try to take this little needle and seat thing out here, if this screwdriver will fit this little screw. So before I take it apart, just have a look there and see how that screw holds down that pin. And there's a little spring under there, and if you lose that spring, that's another bad day. I just heard a truck roll up outside there, so I better go see what's going on. Alright, it's just my topsoil lady. So yeah, lady, I said, she drives the big truck. So in here now, we just got to take the screw out the rest of the way. Right there, and there's a little spring. Hang on. There's the little spring. She's pretty tiny. So inside of here too, you can see the little needle. We're going to pull that little guy out. And have a look down in here. Now we should be able to blow some air through, and then it should come out this little fuel line thing here. Which is not. Now, also, we can take this side off. There might be an issue over here as well. And sometimes, like I say, there's things that'll explode out of this side. So there's actually a screen. Whoop, where are you? There you are. There's actually a screen over on this side that sometimes gets kind of crappied up too. And it's a little crappy-ish. So I'm trying to do this without pulling the needles out, the mixture needles. Which I might have to, but so that's coming. All these carburetors are all different too. I don't know why there's so many different designs of them. Where did my little screwdriver go? There it is. So this is your fuel in, and then it goes and it's blowing out this hole here. So that must go and activate something on one of these things here, and it's like a little flapper thing that, you know, opens and closes. And I'm not really 100% up on them too much how these things actually work, but I know enough to get myself by. But she needs some more cleaning, that's for sure. So I actually ordered 3 loads of topsoil, so that's probably number 1. Alright, now let's just make sure the little needle here is okay too. Sometimes they'll be kind of screwy and stuff too, but there's the, that's probably not going to focus too well on that. That's got a little rubber tip on it. That basically turns the fuel on and off when it doesn't need it, and on does need it, off and on. Now this thing, interestingly enough, I didn't notice it had a vacuum port chamber hose that usually hooks to these carburetors for a little bit of a vacuum, but maybe this one doesn't need it, doesn't use it, maybe, I don't know. Hard to really say, but anywho, that might do her. It's not probably perfectly cleaned yet, but sometimes you don't have to tear them right down, which, well, pretty much this one's torn right down. But now let's just have a look under here too. Sometimes there's some crud. Yeah, this one's got a bit of crud you can see there on it, on the Dewey. So we'll just clean this right off of here. Must have a topsoil stuck in the back of her truck back there. So that's a little cruddy. This will probably be all right here. That's just the gasket, so it's actually still nice and pliable and everything. So I'll just give it a little clean maybe. See, this stuff's turned like really oily almost, right? So it's hard for it to pump that crud through, right? So you really got to make sure everything's all cleaned out and good. But once you start the flow of the gas coming through, it should be all right. So that can go back on there, and we'll maybe fasten it back on the carburetor. I think. Oh, holy cow! That was a good one. I think everything else is all right. I really don't want to pull these mixture needles out of here, because I can retune it. But if you don't have to, it makes it much easier But just going to give her a little bit more air. See all these little ports and holes and stuff on these things. I think that should be good enough to try her again here. Okay, this is the fun part, getting her all back together here now. So that screw goes there, that screw goes there. It's not the right screwdriver, but... crap. There. Sure, blow your air thingy off as you drive by the door. Okay. Now, this can go back together. Now, we got to put all the needle and stuff back in here first. Very tiny. Okay, that's in. And then this little thing here, it's pretty small, and you got to make sure you hook the little hook thing here underneath that needle, or you'll be wondering, why the heck is that not working? And a little spring too. We gotta try to get it after here. See, my fingers are having trouble working with this real small stuff. So this is gonna be probably pretty crappy trying to get all this back in here. Yep, this is gonna suck. Get over there, you turd. Oh, my fingers just don't want to work small like this anymore, and I just lost my little pin now. Of course. I need tiny little fingers, but I don't have them, unfortunately. Okay, spring here. I know you really can't see what I'm doing here, but I can't see what I'm doing either, apparently. Holy crud. Okay, you get out of here now. Something. Okay, so that's supposed to fit in there. It's just so tiny and springy. Sprungy. Oh no, I'm putting it on the wrong way, aren't I? Oh, flip it over. Flip it over. Try to get it in a spot where you can see what I'm doing here, but it's making it it's kind of difficult actually. Maybe if I use my... I would not be good at like jewelry or watch repair or stuff like that. Oh, it would just be horrible. No, I lost her again. Okay. I'm gonna have to try to do it all in one shot here, I guess, with the needle and everything. Because it's just not working. It's like I just do not have the small coordinations anymore with my hands, I guess. Okay, so that can go there. We'll put the little needle in there. The little pin in there. That worked pretty good with the little pliers here, so we'll try that again. Ah, I lost the needle. Ah, crap. It's all in there except I lost the... There. Okay, put that frickin' screw back in. That's the next part. You gotta hold all this down while you're trying to drive in this little tiny screw. This would be a handy spot. Yeah, I knew that was going to happen. Handy little spot for a little magnetic screwdriver, which I don't have, unfortunately, down here. boy. I don't know why I have trouble with these little guys now. Maybe I just can't feel it or something as much. Losing my feeling in my fingers, maybe. Feller, you don't need to crank her down too hard. Now, that doesn't seem like it's moving as way as it should. But anyways, we'll try her. So, this little guy can go back on. It still feels pretty soft, so that's good. And that guy can go back on. Now, if this still isn't working, I'm not too sure. There could be a fuel line issue perhaps too, which I can't fix today because I don't have any line that small. As you can see, the line fits onto that little barbed fitting there. It's pretty darn small, so I don't know exactly where to get any either. That small. But I did blow the line backwards through into the tank, and it did blow it out at me, so I'm presuming that's okay. Okay, let's just snug these fellers down. Not the right screwdriver for that. Okay, and throw her back in here and see if we get any noise. Alright, she's all back in. I actually had to take this whole top cover off to get the little piece from the front of the carburetor in on, because it wouldn't really fit through this thing, even though I got it out of it somehow. But anyways, so just 3 screws. 1, 2, oh, 4 screws, 3, 4, sorry. That whole top pulls off, and then you got the whole engine exposure. I should have shown you, but I didn't. So anyways, let's set up the other tripod, and there was actually a port for pressurizing the carburetor, which I gave it a blast out too on that other little plasticky piece, so hopefully maybe that was bunged up. I don't know. We'll see, but let's set you up on the other tripod and see if she'll fire. Alright. This choke thing's kind of Mickey Mouse in here. I'm not really super crazy on it, but that's a good sign. Let's put the air filter back on. Holy smoke. I think they mixed the oil a bit too thick in her, buddy, but I think she may be alright now. Alright, let's give it another fire here. Steam brake doesn't work, that's kind of a given though. Runs pretty good actually. It looks like it's oiling. I'll show you how to test that too, actually. So that's how you test your oiler. If you don't think it's working, then just draw 3 lines. Don't hit the ground, of course, with your chain, but hold it real close and just give her And you can see the 3 scratch lines there that oil slung off the chain and drew for you. So that's how you test that. Now, I don't have a tree to cut, but there is one. I've been sort of looking up at the side of the over here that's kind of toast. So maybe I'll go hack it down and we'll see how sharp the chain is. Well, as you see, no tree fell down, so it's pretty dull. So you can kind of sort of see here if I can get a zoom in here. Yeah, that's kind of a gnawed off tooth there, so that one's not much better. So she'll need it sharpened and she'll cut good, but other than that, startup ran good. I'm quite surprised. That's all it was just bunged up with crap. So there you go. Still works, buddy. Well, we got her all apart. I don't think I'm going to sharpen the chain today because I got my chain or motor blade sharpened and stuff all over there. But anyways, looking at this brake thing here, something's broken in there. Oop, the front snapping piece is broken in there because that's supposed to click forward and then snap the thing off, right? And then it's trips that thing to squeeze shut, and then you reset it when you pull her back, and that thing there resets her. So that's broken. So plastic. But anyways, buddy, just don't cut your leg off. That's for kickbacks, that is. But anyways, that's it for me today. My head's saying yeah it's time to go home. I want to relax. Oh, I hate getting colds, and it's not very often I get one, you know. But you can even hear them more than normal, right? Oh, but anyways, I don't know where I got this one from, but when was that? Friday morning, I think I woke up and the one side of the back of my throat was like that dry feeling, right? So I thought, oh, maybe I'm snoring a bit or something. I need a drink, or something. So I had a drink of water, and yeah, that didn't help. That actually hurt more. So, and then it's kind of sore all day, and then it sort of kind of went away. So I'm like, super. And then through the night, the other side was really paining over on this side now, and I'm like, oh man. And it kept me awake most of the night too. That would have been Saturday night. And then Sunday yesterday, went on a big ride, and made out pretty good most of the day, and near the end of the day, then both of the throats are like at the back is killing, you know. And then I had just after dinner, it sort of went away. I'm like, sweet. And then it started setting in up here and the nasal and stuff. Oh, and the nasal and then the head too. Oh, hurting a little bit now, so I think I might just take off and say see you tomorrow. But hopefully I don't know. If it doesn't happen too much tomorrow, I don't really got anything planned. I might try to skip off a day maybe or something. I don't know. Oh, because you just cannot concentrate. And I got nothing going on tomorrow, which is good. So just nothing but mowing, which I did today too. So I got a fair whack done today until the head was like, no, no, you go sit down. You go have a sit down for a while. But anyways, just before we go, I want to go up and have a look at this topsoil they brought me. Hopefully it's good stuff. Sometimes they bring in it's full of lumps, and then I got to run my screener buckety thing through it, which works really good. And usually it's really good stuff, but sometimes they bring it in it's pretty cruddy unless they freshly screened it themselves, right? So, and I know he uses like a big excavator up there to load his truck, of course, and then that, of course, squishes it all down into a big lump. So unless it's nice freshly screened stuff, it's, you know, sometimes pretty cruddy. But anyways, let's go have a look. Oh, that is number 2, and I got a free shovel. That actually might be my shovel. I don't know. I've got one just like that, but I'm not sure if that one's mine or not. Interesting. interesting. It could very well be mine. I don't really remember leaving mine out, but I imagine they would carry one with them in case, you know, stuff gets lodged in the back. But it looks like their pile of stuff was growing quite a few weeds. So hopefully they've kind of screened some of the weedy crap out, because sometimes I get her and it's full of weed bits too, right? And that's really not good to me too, because I'm trying to smooth out a nice little smally kind of area where, you know, it's got to be sort of really kind of nice. And you got to rake all these weeds and stuff out of it. Kind of sucks, but that looks like the second load. So hopefully the third one, she should have put that one back further, but she'll hopefully plunk the next one down. I don't know if that's my shovel or not. You know that? I don't think so. I don't think mine's that rusty. It must be theirs. So she'll probably be looking for that. But yeah, see what I mean? Like there's lumps in this, right? Like it's not perfectly nice screened out stuff. Like that's a fairly big lump of crap that I'm going to have to try to break apart with my rakes and stuff now when I'm using this stuff, right? Either that or I come through with my bucket and then all that crap out and then whatever, you know. But mostly 98% looks pretty good. Well, I guess it wasn't my shovel, because there's my shovel there. Yeah, mine's not sort of that rusty yet, right? Because I usually keep mine inside, so. Oh, that's good. I guess they got the same one, exact one. Well, I thought maybe I'd pick a few of these fellers and bring them up. They're probably not going to do much more now. And this, I think, was a sort of a smally version of one of the kind of bumpily ones like these, right? I thought I'd carve them open. Something that's kind of beaten into them a little bit. Carved them open. I'm like, holy crap, this thing is freaking solid inside. There's like no air gap. This all stuff I've hollowed out. So it's like one lump, solid, thick mass of pumpkin. So that was not fun cutting that, because I cut it, I'm like, oh, pull it off. I'm like, what the heck? I had to like bust it off. It's insane how solid it is. Now maybe the other ones, I don't know. But the Atlantic Giants are still back there. Leave them maybe a little longer. They're still growing, I think. A couple of them are pretty big. They'll probably be about the size of the end of the table here. That's pretty huge. But they're kind of gotten flattened out now, so they're kind of strange. But I'll just leave them for a little longer, I guess. But and these ones here, the roots are starting to come out of the vines, rooting into the ground again. So, like, holy crud, I can't be doing that. But I don't know. Hard to say until you chop them open them. But there we go. And this one's actually starting to turn orangey colored now. It's probably going rotten, actually. Not super soft yet, so I guess they're all right. But yeah, those seem a little early, and I didn't really get a whole lot out of these ones. The Atlantic Giants are the ones that are doing sort of the best. I'd run back and show you, but the head says no, not today. So I'm gonna head her in. You guys have a good night. I don't know if you hear something over there. You guys have a good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully, if we're still kicking. And if not, then I've taken the day off. As much as I can. So anyways, thanks for watching today and sticking with me and stuff, and for all you do for me. All you do for me. So anyways, have a good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow, and yeah, see you then.